this fucking show.
Yeah, because
it's Christmas for me every year.
But ain't shit happening until the two of them figure out where they're going.
Exactly. And we're 5432 Take 3 Wrestling Podcast coming to you on June 30th, 2022. I'm your host, Ernest EJ Christian, alongside Mike Bernier, Big Jim, producer Jim. And we'll get Joe Lopez in momentarily. He's currently closing up at work, so we'll hopefully get him tonight. Fellas, how you guys doing? It's halftime of 2022.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, fuck me.
Much like
no shit.
Much like Kyrie Irving, I thought about demanding a trade off of this show, but then I figured if I didn't want to leave Big Jim by himself to deal with the fucking toolbox. So Jim, this one's for you, buddy. You're the Kevin Durant, I'm the Kyrie Irving. Let's do this thing, all right?
What the fuck am I then?
You're the Steve Nash.
If you call me, I will fucking throw this drink in your face and call me Ben Simmons. I swear to God.
Joe is the Ben Simmons because he shows up periodically, doesn't really want to be here, but he's kind of here. You're the Steve Nash. We don't want to play for you, so we're kind of like, can we go do our own thing? Because we really don't want to be here with you anymore. Because you and upper management are hot garbage. So it's kind of one of those things.
Does Jim know? Well, first of all, does Jim? Jim, do you know who Steve Nash is?
Yes, I know who Steve Nash is. I know I'm white, but give me a little bit of credit.
So Steve Nash though. So relax.
But he ain't giving anybody credit for shit.
Come on.
Anyway, we got a very good show for you guys tonight. We have we're gonna review Forbidden Door. What a fucking card. Finish it today. What a fucking card.
Can we make sure that we somehow don't say the words Forbidden Door when Joe's here?
Yeah, I'll do my best.
Please, for the love of God.
I won't say it. I can't promise Jim will not say it. You know, given a text earlier today.
You're not spreading your butt cheeks. I don't want to look.
We also have a premium live event this weekend. It's Money in the Bank this Saturday on a Saturday. Love it, Saturday. And then of course we're going to debut a new game today, which we'll reveal soon on the pod. And if Joe gets here, of course, his topic on the back end of the show. He'll be here on top of that one. So, but before we get started, announcement time, breaking news. Jim, give it to me, please.
All right, it's that time of year. It's bracketology season for Take 3 Wrestling. But we're throwing you a curveball.
Is that more in March, though?
No. See, that's when they do it.
We do March last
year. Summer, because there's nothing going on in the summer except for baseball. And that's coming from a baseball guy. So I digress. Again, before I was so rudely interrupted by a toolbox named Snap-on. The Take 3 Wrestling, as well as 3CT, the other show that our great friend Big Jim is the producer / host of, have decided to merge to create the Take 3CT AEW Trios Titles Tournament. That's right. We broke the news on last week's show. I was finally able to get the 8 of them to figure out what the fuck we were doing. After about 3 Red Bulls, 37 Tylenol, and maybe more weed than I'm allowed to admit that I actually smoked. I got everybody into a Facebook group, thanks to Jim, and we drafted our brackets. I then put everybody in the randomizer, and I have completed the brackets, and we are going to talk about them now to start the show. In honor, because of Jim being on both shows, we will start with the 3CT side of the bracket. I like their bracket a lot. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Again, all 32 teams are randomized, so we'll rip this off real quick, and then we'll get predictions on who we think is going to make it out of their bracket to the Final Four Super Show sometime in the month of probably August, if I had to say.
Yeah, well.
Probably. All right, so in the 3CT bracket, the 1 seed is El Phantasmo, Chase Owens, and Yujiro Takahashi, a.k.a. Bullet Club F-. They will take on Bullet Club 1.0 of Jay White, Juice Robinson, and Ace Austin. The 8-9 matchup is, who the fuck put this team together? Was this you, Ernest? Because this just smells like Ernest. Matt Cardona, PCO, and Colt Cabana.
Not me.
Was that you, Jim?
No.
It
No,
does.
that wasn't me.
It does smell like me, but it wasn't me.
It does smell so much like you.
But
I was trying to put Cardona with a different team because
Correct.
you gotta understand my last pick it was made on a golf course when I was half drunk.
Ooh,
you want to go course? Wow.
Fucking yeah, I was, dude. So there was no way that I was going back through the whole fucking timeline between all the picks and all the polls and all the pictures and everything else that happened on that thread. So I was throwing darts at the fucking wall.
You ain't lying. So that shitty ass team is taking on Death Triangle. In a team that I know that Ernest picked because the Acclaimed is in it. It's the Acclaimed and Dante Martin.
Listen.
How did you put Dante Martin with them?
I went through the roster of people like who might be gone, who's still available there, and like who's cool here, who's actually great in the ring, and
in one of our trades, it's the Hardy Boys and Johnny Hardy taking on Los Incredinobles de Japones, Shingo Bushi, and Tetsuya Naito.
Sure.
The 3 seed in this one's a fun one. Billy Ass and the Ass Boys are taking on the Best Friends and Orange Cassidy. Ocean Spray Cranberry Juice, the Great Okan and Cobb will take on Taguchi, Hiroshi Tanahashi, and the returning Kushida.
Mm-hmm.
The 7-10 matchup. Oh, this is the Ernest fucking Christian special here. Kazarian, Christian, and Jungle Boy versus the OG. Mike Bennett, Matt Taven, and Vincent. I hope to God fucking Ernest's team gets eliminated in the first round. How do you put a guy who just concertoed another guy's fucking brain out in the thing and you don't put Luchasaurus?
It's a rewrite, buddy. It's a rewrite.
Buddy, I would have had more respect
for
fucking Luchasaurus than fucking Jungle Boy.
I mean, we learned this week that Jungle Boy is the odd man out, the odd boy out in that one.
Yeah.
By the way,
I like
evil Luchasaurus, sign me the fuck up.
Oh yeah.
Love the fucking shit out of that.
It turns me on.
And finally, the 215 matchup. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that if this was a real match, this would be match of the 3CT first round. It is the Omega Bucks of Kenny Omega and Young Bucks taking on Absolute Ricky Starks, Powerhouse Hobbs.
Oh hell yeah.
Ring of Honor TV champion Samoa Joe.
Oh hell yeah.
That's bracket.
All right. So before we get over to our side of the bracket, is this a collision course of a Final Four matchup for Death Triangle and the House of Black in the upper half of that bracket? I mean,
see the bracket, but
should be.
I would say that unless somebody goes crazy, which knowing the guys on 3CT, all it takes is Ryan and intern Mark going to the left, and someone might go with them.
Wait until you hear our fucking pods this week.
I watched. I was live for the video. You know that I was in the comments, but yeah.
Jesus, we got silly on both shows.
You weren't drunk.
Bottom half of the bracket. Why do I see this being Billy Ass and the Ass Boys?
Dude, that'll piss me the fuck off.
Well, please print this out for me, Mike. We get a chance. I gotta look at this thing and this kind of visualize potential.
It's in the group chat.
Yeah, it's in the group chat, man. Our bracket really, in my opinion, the
true Final Four.
The Final Four should be the winner of the 215 matchup.
Yep.
And either Death Triangle and House of Black.
So that's 3 out of 4. Who's your fourth?
Oh fuck me.
Best Friends, Ocean Spray, Cranberry Juice, Genghis Khan, and Corn on the Cob.
Best Friends, I think, is pretty solid out of that group. I'll go Best Friends. But really, if I'm making a pick out of my own bracket, I want it to be Starks, Hobbs, Joe, because that's my pick. That was my draft selection.
That was an awesome pick.
I feel like that's a good one.
Team Taz.
So yeah, I mean, I know I left Hook out of there, but I feel like Samoa Joe in that group is a much stronger team.
Oh, well, Samoa Joe immediately makes that fucking group like mercenaries.
Yeah.
All right. The take 3 side of the bracket, the 3 of us and Joe Lopez will be voting on this one. So Jim gets to be a part of all the brackets.
Oh, you greedy motherfucker. You greedy motherfucker.
I'll allow it. The 116 matchup is a tag team that I put together from Impact Wrestling. It is Alex Shelley, it's Chris Sabin, and Speedball Mike Bailey taking on a team that I have no fucking clue what the fuck Ernest was doing here. Swerve in His Glory and Miro?
Call an upset.
No.
Why?
No.
Miro.
Why would you put
The
Miro?
Redeemer.
Hold on, but why? Can
Well,
you just explain to me?
Okay, so Mike, to be fair, I don't know the number ones. I don't know who they are anyway. So honestly, I'm going based on this. The fact that I know Keith Lee and
I
Miro.
don't care about who you're picking in the matchup. That wasn't my fucking question. It was why the fuck did you put a fucking guy like Miro with Baskin Robbins in His Glory and Swerve?
Why they're a 16 seed though is a question. So
Random.org. It randomized. What the
oh shit.
What part of I put this in the randomizer was hard for you to comprehend? All of it?
I know, I get it, but damn.
English, motherfucker, do you speak it?
Clearly I don't. You ain't lying.
English, motherfucker, do you speak it?
Nah, dog.
Say what again?
Upset City, huh? No.
8-9 matchup is another random ass team that I think Ernest put together because he doesn't know that Scorpio Sky's in a group with Ethan Page. It is Scorpio Sky, Andrade, and fucking Brian Cage.
That was me. Yeah, that was
better than Lambert and the Lambert boys.
I would have much rather him put Ethan Page and Dan Lambert as Scorpio Sky's teammates than Brian Cage.
But you gotta admit, on paper, this is actually a pretty good matchup, though. You have to admit it.
God, no. FTR and Gresham in a landslide.
Oh, yeah, it's not even close.
Not even close.
Really? Okay.
5-12 matchup. It's the dudes with attitude, Darby and Sting with CM Punk versus Brian Myers, Eddie Edwards, and Eric Young, a Impact Wrestling edition.
Okay.
The Blackpool Combat Club sans Claudio Castagnoli, so it's Brian Daniel Bryanson, Wheeler Uter, and John Moxley against the intern Mark Special, I think. Probably. Or is this Matt with the last pick just because?
You know, I can't remember, but
Deonna Purrazzo, Britt Baker, and Taya Valkyrie.
Oh, I think that was
Matt saying
he had the first pick, right?
Yeah, but he had the last pick in the snake draft. I think this was his. Let's just have a second.
He was just like, let's just end this.
Bottom half of the bracket, the 3-14 matchup, Eddie Kingston with Santana and Ortiz versus Suzuki Goon, which, by the way, this match would be fucking epic if it was real.
Yeah.
Minoru Suzuki, Zack Sabre Jr., and Lance Archer representing Suzuki Goon. The 11-6 matchup, the Briscoe brothers and Josh Alexander from Impact Wrestling taking on Jordan Grace, Thunder Rosa, and Jessica Havoc.
Did you know who? Going back to the previous, Lance Archer.
Yes.
Does less than 0 for me. If I never saw that guy on the TV again,
I swear to God, every week you tweet this shit.
I could not give a shit about Lance Archer. I don't know what it is, man, but that guy just is. It's a less than 0 for me. Literally.
I swear to Muhammad Ali that you tweet this shit about Lance Archer every fucking Wednesday night.
Oh, I absolutely do.
Every fucking Wednesday night you tweet this shit.
Absolutely. If I see him on my TV, I tweet it, and at least one point. Well, no, not at least one time. During an AEW show with Justin Roberts as ring announcer, I comment how I hate Justin Roberts. It's tradition unlike any other.
This when we went through the teams, I would have said that this could have been a final 8 matchup, the 7-10 matchup, Les Sex Gods and Jake Hager taking on Adam Cole.
Baby.
Robert W. Fish and
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
A hard on. I get it, Jim.
And in the 215 matchup, it is what's left of the Dark Order and Adam Hangman Page taking on Wardlow and Hookhausen.
Dude, when the trios in the AEW finally happen, I want Wardlow and Hookhausen as a fucking trios team.
I think that'd be the greatest trio of all
It would be fucking banana. And it would be so good.
One banana.
Just
Wardlow standing behind him, like.
Just how fucking good would that be?
It'd be awesome.
All right, so my early prediction, Final Four. I'm gonna say it's gonna be the winner of the Jericho Appreciation Society and former NXT guys. Ring the doorbell. He's sitting right here. Joe's here, but he's gonna eat. So.
Oh, look who's here.
I would also say that my other guest, who I think is gonna get there from the bottom half bracket, will be the Briscoes and Josh Alexander.
Yep.
Top half of the bracket, my Final Four matchup is FTR and Jonathan Gresham versus the Blackpool Combat Club.
Yep. Yeah. And
All I know the winner of the Omega Bucks, Starks, Hobbs, Samoa Joe matchup is going to make it to the Final Four. That's all I know.
Oh, yeah, because you didn't mention that we were talking the 3 count side.
No, of course not, because he's a fucking moron.
No, whatever.
Yeah, so that's the bracket. It's going to be a lot of fun. We will start on next week's episode of Take 3. I believe the 3CT guys will start next week as well. Again, this is going to lead inevitably to a super pod where we will be the Final Four on both sides of the bracket, so the last 8 teams standing. And then we'll have a super pod where we will crown the first ever All Elite Wrestling.
How many picks should we run through next week?
If you guys want to do the entire first round, you can. If you want to do just the upper half of the bracket and then save the lower half of the bracket for next week's show or the Tuesday pod, whatever your format that you want to come up with, you let me know what you guys decide. Because if you do the upper half and then the lower half on Tuesday, we'll do the entire first round on our show on Thursday, so we stay lined up.
Okay. We'll probably do the whole first round. We'll probably just knock it out.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
That's what, we'll talk about all that stuff this week because you can sit down with the guys and figure out what they want to do on your end.
Perfect.
But that's the bracket. The inevitable goal is that the Take 3 CT guys are going to crown who we think will be the first ever AEW Trios titles champions, because those belts are coming whether you're ready for them or not, because you know what we need in AEW?
More titles.
Fucking
now,
titles.
The
really
thing that's going
to be really interesting about it, though, is, we know that they've been waiting for Omega to return, and Omega said this week in an interview that if he has one more setback,
he's done.
He's done. So, obviously for him, I hope that does not happen. I hope he does get to make his return. But
I guess I should say that when we started this, I told everyone that we weren't going to have anybody that was injured in the tournament, and that
fake news.
3 picks.
Fake news.
In Tim's defense, when you presented it to the group in the message, you did not say anything about
okay.
Injured. We talked about it here.
Yeah, that's what it was then. Okay.
I looked over that. I looked over it and I was like, he never said it before he started making picks.
We didn't spread the love, apparently.
So
I won't hold Tim to it because, again, I thought I said it. It's fine. We'll make it work.
Oh, hey, Joe's tall.
Hey, Joe.
Fucking guy, dude.
Fucking guy.
Don't say it, Jim.
I didn't say it.
With Eat Nice.
I didn't say it.
Did I miss anything yet?
No.
Nope. You didn't miss Dick.
We killed time so that you wouldn't miss anything.
Aw, I'm touched.
No, it was more me dragging shit out, so don't fucking thank Ernest for shit.
I wasn't thanking him. I was just being
I
touched.
used the back door.
He's starting already. You're starting already,
I
Jim.
didn't say it.
Joe still looks short, even in fucking on camera.
Shut your forbidden door.
God damn it!
I didn't say it. I didn't say it. That's all I know. I didn't say
Fuck
it.
Joe.
I mean,
God
honestly,
damn it!
Anal works.
dude, it's a joke. It can't be a forbidden door if you let every man run a train on you like you do, you fucking hoe.
He's been here for 6 fucking minutes, guys. Seriously?
Ernest is out here.
6.
Remember that song?
No, we had a thing. We were saying that when Joe gets there, do not say the word forbidden door. This motherfucker comes in and says it already out the gate.
I mean, look, if we're being honest about this, the forbidden door for Joe is the vagina.
Forbidden.
It's the vagina.
You're also serious without getting-
That's the right. That's the forbidden door for Joe.
No, girls throw themselves at me all the time. What you talking about?
Austin Theory, though, you might get a restraining order.
Yeah, Austin Theory's
okay,
door
that
might
might
be
be
a little
forbidden.
forbidden.
In any case, once Mike gets here, Joe's words here is the lead off for this show, of course.
I'm making my kids a bottle, so you guys talk.
You can take my burger out. It's done. Talk amongst yourself. Madison Square Garden is neither a square nor a garden.
You said it 2 weeks ago. That doesn't work
It's
anymore.
on Madison Avenue, right?
Her.
No shit.
33rd.
Let me ask this: has anybody listened to Foley's podcast yet?
Yes, I'm a big fan.
Who's?
You're a big fan.
Foley is pod. It's really good.
I haven't heard it yet.
Tully
Yeah,
Blanche, is that?
He did an entire episode about losing his ear.
Oh, Foley.
Did he really?
Yeah, it's like the 3rd episode or something. It's fascinating,
I'm
honestly.
subscribed to it. I just haven't listened to it yet.
I bet it's a good listen. I don't have the fucking time, man.
Yeah, you
I,
do.
Yeah,
I do.
I do
So
not.
Shit. You
It's
have kids.
honestly basically replaced like my order of Conrad pods. It's towards the top, but lately, like something to Russell's never knew anyway.
No,
And-
Megasodes.
All these mega episodes.
Yeah, exactly. And you can kind of like I don't know. I could take or leave JR's podcast. I don't listen to Arn. Kurt Angle's depends on the topic.
Let me ask you this quick. Wait, real quick. Will and JR, is Conrad done with that now, or is he? Because he hasn't been on that show in a little while.
Yeah,
At least last time.
The other guys host.
I haven't listened to an episode of Grilling JR ever.
I haven't listened to a
Wow.
Conrad podcast in probably almost a year.
Wow.
I will tell you the only
Wow.
podcast that I listen to weekly is Jeff Jarrett.
I was listening to that, but since really since I started my new job, I haven't. I really haven't been able because I listen to like daily radio shows and I listen to like friends podcasts. Those are the things that I prioritize, and there's literally just not between that and like TV shows I like to watch.
Even Mike's fucking podcast. Sonny
There's-
plays
there- there's not-
double days. No, Sonny plays double days.
No, I'm not. I'm not a Sunny podcast, you moron. I'm a
Oh,
baseball.
Jesus fucking Christ. What's wrong with it, man? God damn it.
No, because I am not you, moron.
Sonny plays double days? Shut your ass.
Thank you. Yeah, no, see, Jeff Jarrett's I listen to. There's 2 baseball podcasts that I routinely listen to.
Which one?
Baseball is Dead with Jared Carabas and Dallas Braden, DraftKings podcast, awesome. And the other show is just called the Jared Carabas Show right now because he wants to try to find a way to call it Section 10 again, but Barstool is not releasing that because he came from Barstool to DraftKings. So the Section 10 is a Red Sox exclusive podcast. So I listen to that one, obviously being a Red Sox fan.
Discussions with nobody.
I also
It's
listen
back,
to,
baby. Good
I also
job,
listen
Jim.
to 3CT. You know the funny thing? I don't go back and listen to our episodes.
Oh, I do.
I don't.
I do all the time.
You want to know why?
Why?
There's a real reason why.
Oh, God.
Because we record for like 2-ish hours.
And?
That's 2 hours too many with your dumbass.
Well, it's your fucking fault.
No,
Your
it's
fucking
not.
fault. You talk more about on this fucking podcast.
Bullshit.
You ran more about this fucking podcast. You kidding me?
I'm sorry. At least my conversations are on topic. Backdoor Bangkok. Fucking
No, I use the back door.
Joe, where are you? Forbidden Door.
There was literally an entire episode.
My nipples are hard.
We had Ryan on the show. You wasted 30 minutes on your favorite Ryan soundboard clips, and you talk about me talking too much. You weren't even bringing anything logical to the fucking table.
I mean, I'm not sure I'm seeing a problem here. What's going on?
He got excited. He had a new friend.
I mean,
Okay,
It was like a puppy seeing a new person.
you are.
yeah.
Craig just made the perfect example here.
Okay.
You are the opening segment of Monday Night Raw. You come on, everybody's excited. You walk out, they boo. You cut a promo telling the face that you're going to kick their ass on Sunday, and they play it 3 more times throughout the fucking show just to hate you even more. You're the perfect fucking
Again, I'm not seeing a problem here.
You're not Roman Reigns. That's the problem.
Acknowledge
you
me.
don't be on the screen that day.
God damn it, acknowledge me. Anyway.
He's not even a fucking Roman numeral.
I'm like the opening segment of Dynamite.
Stop.
I'm short. I'm white. I might do a flip.
Wait, you're white now?
I'm
Now you're claiming white now?
exciting, but
You're not
I
doing
really
a
don't
flip.
have that much substance.
You're
You're
not
claiming
doing,
white?
you're not doing a
I
flip.
might do a flip.
You're not doing a flip. No chance.
All right, let's get the fucking the F door.
Hold on,
Topic.
I gotta bring the card up on my phone.
Here, you can use it now.
AEW, NJPW, Door of the Forbiddens.
No, mine's on the other side, but this was longer.
All right, great show.
This is longer and faster.
Let's start pre-show match.
I finished watching the whole thing
With
today.
that sex?
No.
Okay, cool.
Wow, I'm just glad you got shut down by your wife on our show. That's epic.
That's
Thank
great.
you for that. I appreciate it.
I'm here to entertain, buddy.
Did you ask her if you can get in the back door and she said no? Yep.
Rejected. No acknowledgement here.
Hiroki Goto and Yoshihashi defeated the factory of that fucking QT Marshall.
That's pre-show shit. Those 4 matches, wasn't it? Pre-show?
So what we're doing here is we're doing pre-show, mid-card, or main event based on your level of enjoyment of the match. So this fuck can stay on the pre-show because it was hot trash.
I didn't watch it. I didn't watch the pre-show. I went straight to the main show.
No, I watched main show only. I didn't watch pre-show.
I mean, I watched the pre-show.
Or you can go grab the
Is it
little
good?
purple chair over there by Craig. And you can sit.
It's on YouTube only, right?
I don't know. I watched it on BR Live whenever I started.
On the replays, not on there. It starts right from the main card.
Yeah, so you can watch it on YouTube. It was fine.
That's a separate fucking thing.
All right.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, I'll leave that on the pre-show, Jim, since we're the only ones that watch the
Yeah,
pre-show.
pre-show.
In a match that Jim probably threw up during and gouged his own eyes out, Nick Camarado takes on Lance Archer in a match of. What the fuck are either of these on the show?
Who is Nick Camarado?
Do I? He's got the beard, right?
Yeah,
Got the beard.
He's a guy from up this way. He's a Monster Factory guy.
He's like a berserker.
Pretty
almost.
cool dude. Yeah, he's a berserker on steroids. But for this match,
Do I care? No.
I would say that this match is below pre-show, but we can't go below pre-show, so
if I can't write it off the goddamn show,
I
I
don't even
can
talk about it, to be honest with you.
in the longest match on the pre-show, Swerve in Our Glory took on Suzuki Goons, El Desperado, and Yoshinobu Kanemaru.
Bless you.
I would actually rate this one more towards mid-card than pre-show. I actually really enjoyed this match, even though it was only 12 minutes. It was fun.
Yeah, it was fun. It's probably the main event of the pre-show. We'll put it that way.
Did at any point during the match did El Desperado come to his senses? Because he's been riding fences for so long now.
Oh,
Gotta pee.
Is Joe's the intern Mark of this show? Really? I mean, that's literally like that is something I would have expected intern Mark to say. Like literally, I don't need intern Mark to come to this show because he's here and he's Joe. Like it's just.
It's like, but I'm also then gay, so like.
Right. I mean.
Better.
He's like Mark, but shorter and gay.
Yes, exactly. I'm literally pushing the queer agenda.
That's obvious. We figured that one out. The fuck?
That is NSYNC.
Please tell me it's the Jericho Appreciation Society. Okay, I get what he's watching now. Sorry, that one I actually get. All right.
Are you watching Blood and Guts?
No, he's watching the clip of them coming out in their matching fucking Backstreet Boy in sync fucking costumes.
Fucking ridiculous, man.
Yeah, no, yeah, I enjoyed this match. I can't wait to get Joe and intern Mark on the same show. I'm gonna fucking gouge my own eyes out during the fucking final 8.
I think I'm on vacation that week.
Which week is this?
We're just never finished.
Whatever week intern Mark.
We're just never finished the bracket.
No.
Final match of the pre-show. It lasted 5 minutes.
How many fucking matches?
What's not a fucking pre-show, dude? I took a piss and a poop and it's still a fucking pre-show. Unbelievable.
Pre-show started at fucking 7
You
o'clock.
didn't wash your hands. That's
man,
nasty.
Oh,
Yeah, that's gross, man.
Max Caster and the Ass Boys with Billy Ass.
Listen.
Doesn't want you to put it in the poop chute.
Listen. Look at Jim. Fucking big fan.
Uemura,
This
and
asshole. Wait, hold on. That's what happened on Sunday. This fucking asshole almost reported me to Twitter. Tagging it to me.
Keep sharing me. If you keep
You are a fucking dick for doing that.
sharing that fucking content on my page, I'll fucking report you.
Fucker.
Don't think I fucking won't.
Yep.
bitch.
Yep. Giving you yips for that one, Joe. Jim every time. Yep.
Try me, motherfucker.
Dickarelli action there. Yep. Dickarelli.
Billy Ass and the Ass Boys pre-show.
Yeah, pre-show. Good God.
Listen.
You're an idiot.
Listen.
I did. You're an idiot.
Okay. Let's get to the main show, please. God damn it.
In the most random fucking match of the night. I still don't fucking get it.
What are you eating?
Lay Morons and Minoru Suzuki took on Eddie Kingston, Shota Umura. Oh, sorry.
Umino.
Shooter.
And Uter.
Shooter.
And our good friend,
Uter.
Wheeler.
Shooter and Uter. We're on the same
You
team.
ain't liar. That's also a decent match. I don't want to put it the first match of the night, but
I'd go. Shut up. The real person wants to talk. I'd go mid card for this match because I think it was better than a pre-show match. Like I think it was. I don't know that I would have opened the pay-per-view with it, but I thought it was a good match. I enjoyed it for what it was.
why are you staring at Mike for? Just answer your own.
I put this mid card. We were going over this on 3CT, but the more I think about it, I think this is pre-show. I guess it was tied because it was tied to Blood and Guts. Like with the stipulation should have brought it up a bit, but it was random. I mean, it was fun, but man, they just fuck.
I would have
goddamn wizard and all his, but like it's fucking. They try way too hard.
Another pay-per-view, another Eddie Kingston loss.
Yeah.
Fascinating at the fact that we knew that this was going to be a loss because there's no way the face team is ever going to have the advantage in Blood and Guts.
I mean,
and let's start with that match, you fucking moron. Yeah, pre-show. There wasn't even a thought of who was going to win this match. You knew it was going to be the Wizard, the moron, and the greatest fucking fear of God wrestler of all time in Minoru Suzuki because it's fucking Suzuki. Pre-show. It should stay on the pre-show. And if this match tying Blood and Guts together, I would have much rather have seen Kingston with Pride and Powerful take on, Sammy, Jericho, and Hager. And put Minoru in something else.
And when you watch the entire card, yeah, it's definitely a pre-show. It wasn't it wasn't a bad match, but this was a great card. And as you watch the entire card from start to finish, it's like, yeah, this match became forgotten. By match 3 and 4, it became forgotten.
It was forgotten by match 2.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, pre-show.
Speaking of match number 2, winner take all for the AEW and IWGP World Heavyweight Tag Championships. It was Roppongi Vice versus the IWGP champions, the United Empire of Jeff Cobb and the Great Okan, and the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions, Dax Harwood, Cash Wheeler, FTR.
Main fucking event.
Yeah, this might be
Without
my
question.
favorite match on the entire show.
It's up there. It's definitely top two, maybe three. All these matches were fucking great. Fucking
Yeah,
main event.
Absolutely main event. This
Yeah.
match is so fucking good.
And by the way, FTR, say it again.
Tag
No
team-
disrespect to the Usos. Love the Usos, of course. FTR, best tag team in the world right now. It's so much fucking fun. So, main event. Uh-oh.
I'm going to say it's main event, but it's closer to mid-card than the main event of the show for me. The injury angle sucked, and not that it was an angle, that Dax literally got hurt.
Yeah.
That sucked, and I think it took away from the match because I think there was a lot of things that they had planned that they either had to wait for him to come back out for or try to get in a very short period of time. Because there were things in that match that just felt very clustered and convoluted. But I loved the match. Again, unfortunately, though, I think that this was a match that there was zero chance that FTR wasn't walking out with both titles.
I think we all picked FTR to win the match. All four of us, didn't we?
So your first two matches on your first co-branded show, you basically gave us away the results before anything even started. Because I just don't think that there's a realistic standpoint that the great Okan and Jeff Cobb were winning the Ring of Honor tag titles. And I don't think that IWGP and New Japan was going to put the titles on Roppongi Vice.
Right.
So it's just one of those things where it like, I loved the match itself. When you take all the extra stuff out, the six guys worked their ass off. That's why I still have it as a main event. But like, I don't know that it's my match of the night. And this was after going back and watching it a second time, because the first time I watched it, I truly thought that was one of those when you walk back through the curtain that you look at everybody that still have to go and you say, top that. And there were some matches that I think did top it. So that's why I don't necessarily know that it's my match of the night. But it's definitely main event level. I'd like to see FTR versus the United Empire without Roppongi Vice. I'd like to see what those four could do in the ring. But, yeah.
I thought Roppongi Vice, though, might have been the MVPs of this match, especially during the segment where.
And I think that's because of Rocky.
Yes, but that's what I'm saying. Like, and there was during the time when FTR was down a guy. I feel like if anyone picked up the slack, it was probably Rocky Romero. You're right. It was probably him more than anybody else, which made Roppongi Vice really stand out in this match. They're a team that I feel like never really got their due as much as they deserve, and I'm loving seeing them back together, even if it's only part-time.
As Ernest disappears into the closet of death. A four-way match for the inaugural way too many fucking title belt. Malachi Black versus Cliff Connors versus Pac versus Pyro.
Cliff Connors. Cliff Connors is a wrestler now. We'll text him in a second.
Connors, who gives a fuck?
Okay.
Was it Clark Connors' name?
Yeah.
Yeah, some shit.
CNC Wrestle Factory.
Yeah. This is arguably match of the night, in my opinion. I had this at A+. When I did my little grade, I had an A+. Definitely main event. And for the record, I'm so fucking stoked that Pac won the belt.
Yeah, I'd go main event on this one. Personally, I would have liked Miro, but I don't have any issue with Pac winning.
Yeah, I'll give it a main event also. I thought this was a really good match. I thought it was fun. I wish I cared more about the title. I sort of think that the title should be that you have to be an ex-WWE guy in order to fight for it. But then these should be like the only titles that they fight for. Like, just make a whole division of ex-WWE guys. Let Andrade be the number one contender now and fucking do all that.
Main event. I'm not going to go as far as Ernest and call it my match of the night.
Arguably, I said. Arguably.
So, I wish that Malachi Black would have won because I think the House of Black needs something. And I think this would have been the perfect thing for them. But unfortunately, that didn't fucking happen because, fuck ideas. Yay for Pac, though. Too bad fucking AAA fucked us because we can't have the other two good members of Death Triangle be involved.
I will say too, Kirk Cousins, what's his name in the match?
Clark Connors.
That guy. He
Connors.
was really good for like 3 minutes of the match. Like they gave him his little standout spot where he did the spear, and it looked good. He looked good for someone who kind of just looks like both members of Varsity Blondes and about 12 other guys on the AEW roster. Yeah.
Dark. Elevation Dark.
Yeah. He did look good.
Would you put his spear ahead of Roman's?
For that night, yes.
I mean, Clark Griswold did shine in this match.
He did.
In
his moments.
So
He also had a really good mullet.
he did have a good mullet. That was a power mullet.
Pillmanish.
In a match that was altered due to Hiromu Tanahashi having a severe fever that was feared to potentially be a COVID outbreak, Dudes with Attitude, Shingo Takagi with Sting, and his illegitimate stepson Darby Allin took on the team of El Phantasmo, Matt and Nick Jackson, the Young Bucks, with Herculeo. I'm going to go mid-card. I wanted to put this on the pre-show, but the only thing that saved it from going to the pre-show was the fact that 65-year-old Sting will literally jump off of anything.
I mean, yeah.
Parkour!
The intro, like the Sting jumping off of the entrance tunnel is must see main event. The match itself, you can skip it. I'll put it in mid card. The match was fine. It was fun. You watch at your own discretion.
Right. The intro made it worthwhile, but it was especially with the amount of matches on here on the card. It's a mid card match at best.
Yeah, I think it's a perfectly placed mid card match. You need mid card matches.
Yeah.
So I'm not mad at it. There are only three things that are definite in life, though.
Death, taxes, and
Sting will jump off a shit on an AEW pay-per-view.
You were there. First time, anyway.
We literally fist bumped him as he went up to jump off the fucking
That's
side.
amazing. That's fucking amazing.
Yeah, no. Other thing here, I get it. Bullet Club, Young Bucks are back together, Super Kick Party, like, I'm good if they never throw another fucking super kick ever again, though.
I just don't want to hear.
I'm
Sick of the Hardley boys, man. I really am.
I don't mind the super kicks. I just don't need to hear Kevin Kelly announce them.
Maybe I took a break from fucking AEW. I'm kind of like, I like the Bucks again. You know, break helped us a little bit for me.
You're an idiot.
Why?
We established this.
I understand what you're saying. I don't totally understand, but I took a break from the AEW for a little while, and
I can't believe this
Thing sucks.
I mean, look, I get the I get the fucking Young Bucks, fatigue. I totally get it. I had it last year. Super kicks, this and this and that, but
Yeah, Young Bucks.
I'm a day one Young Bucks fatigue guy.
But let's put the tag titles back
Well,
on.
yours is already baked in, though, Jim.
Day one ish.
There's nothing they can do to make you like them.
All I'll tell you this much, and this is where I'll end this comment on this match. If this does not truly lead to Ultimo FTR having all the fucking tag title belts and coming out looking like Ultimo Dragon, fuck you, Tony Khan. Fuck you.
He'll fuck it up. You know that.
I know he will. Just like, hey guys, breaking news, we're having another fucking pay-per-view in Chicago because they have the best cocaine.
Allegedly.
So that's where the heaters are.
What, allegedly that they're having another pay-per-view in fucking Chicago because they announced that.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying allegedly the cocaine part, I'm saying.
Buddy, why else would they have these shows in fucking Chicago?
Maybe he gets Forbidden Door there.
Deshaun Watson is about to lose his entire NFL career. Do you really think Tony Khan wants to lose all of his fucking, inheritance? In a match that I really could have fucking went without seeing on this show, Thunder Rosa versus Toni Storm for the women's title.
Good match.
For who?
Mid card. Good match.
It's not must skip, but it's definitely not must watch.
Right.
It was just a match. The ending sucked too. Like it was just, yeah, it's a bummer. I'm shocked it wasn't Tony time, really.
It could have just been on an episode of Dynamite. It
Yeah.
kind of felt out of place on this show, given that every other match basically involved some level of
No, it did. It did. Every other match
involved AEW versus New Japan.
In some way,
and I get it. There is no women's division in New Japan, but maybe then
Rio. Bring one woman from Stardom.
Yeah.
Bring one.
Or maybe just go a show without a women's match.
No, you can't be.
Can't do that.
Can't do that, buddy. Joe, don't start your shit.
You have a show called Forbidden Door, which is your fantasy. There has to be a women's match on for everybody else's fantasy, sir. Don't you dare be sexist. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Asshole.
So, like, this is just a side question. We don't even need to, like, talk about it. But, like, if WWE would have put Keith Lee on a pre-show,
yeah,
Vince McMahon would have been burned at the fucking stake for doing that. If they wouldn't have booked Keith Lee into a match until the day before the pay-per-view and then threw him on the pre-show. Even if that's where the Swerve Strickland match belonged. The Swerve Lee, Baskin Robbins in his glory.
Right.
Where it belonged, because there's no build to it. If that would have been a fucking WWE thing, people would have lost their goddamn minds. Continue.
Possibly, yeah.
Do you think
There's no possibly about it, dude?
Possibly.
Do you think that Tony Khan, like, low-key feels untouchable to the IWC? Like,
he's on cocaine. Of course, he feels untouchable.
Like, I can do anything. Like, someone get me a paralegal. Someone call the Jaguars office. Just send a paralegal up here. I'll show her my dick. Let's see if the internet wrestling community even gets annoyed at me, or if they're just like, "Bet that was a good dick."
Yeah, I think he absolutely feels untouchable. I mean, like, he with talent that isn't his new favorite toy. He doesn't doesn't present them well. I shouldn't say doesn't treat them well. I don't know how AEW wrestlers are treated behind the scenes, whatever. But, like, so many of the gripes, I mean, how many times did we see versions of matches before Double or Nothing on Dynamite and Rampage leading up to the show?
I will say, I have heard, the rumor is that if you don't appear on TV weekly, they do make you do other jobs backstage. Like, Serpentico apparently washes the dishes. You've got who else is on Dark sometimes?
Oh, I'm letting you go with this one, because when you say something stupid, I'm fucking walking away.
I don't know any of the other people.
You may start doing that now, Mike, if you want to. Prepare yourself.
Nope, not touching this one. Nope. First, you wanted to cancel women's matches on pay-per-view.
I feel like we should just move on.
Fucking have people do
I'm
job
sorry. I'm sorry. I fucked up. I took us down this road. Let's turn around. Let's do a U-turn. Let's get back on the highway.
Too late.
Yeah. We had a guy who wanted to cancel women's matches, and now he's like, oh, now they have jobs in the back. Let's see how bad this goes. Back to our regularly scheduled show.
Joe wants all the attention. Joe wants all it. Joe's greedy as shit.
Iwgp United States Championship match. It's all champion Will Ospreay with Aussie
Ocean Spray
Cassidy in a battle of juices, as Ocean Spray Cranberry Juice got the victory over Tropicana Orange Juice.
Match of the night.
Yeah, I'm gonna go mid-card on this.
By the way, first time seeing Will Ospreay ever wrestle. For me, actual clips, full match. Fucking impressive.
I thought it was all right.
I loved it. A+.
No, I love this match. This is
main
event for me.
Match of the night for me.
Main event, 100% main event. This was the North America coming out party for people like Ernest that had never seen Will Ospreay before.
Yes, I am a huge fan already.
The absolute perfect opponent for him was Orange Cassidy.
Yeah. Joe, let me ask you, Joe, what was wrong with this match?
I didn't say anything was wrong with it. I just wasn't like enamored by it as you guys were. Like, it's a really good match. I feel like I've seen Will Ospreay.
Well, that's just it too. I think it's a meme.
Ernest, like, you know how your favorite feud of all time is Paul Orndorff and Hulk Hogan, and everybody else is just like, meh, it was okay.
Jim, top five.
That's what Al Jim feels about this match.
Jim, Scott, Nice, slow down.
No,
it's top five.
Slow down. Shut up.
Well, shut your ass. It's top five. Okay, it's not number one, right?
Okay.
I just feel like I've seen even better matches out of Will Ospreay. Not to say this was a bad match at all. No. A good match. But I've seen better from him. I've seen better from Orange Cassidy. I thought they were good. I don't know that I love their style together. Right. I don't know that they meshed extremely well for my liking together.
No, Joe, I feel you on that.
Why? Because one of them doesn't have a six-pack that you want to dream about licking in the fucking bathroom?
No, that's not even true. They're both in the bathroom.
I mean, I'm just asking. Because
no, real talk. No, I will say, for me, what Joe is saying is a good point, though. Like, for me anyway, there's probably a lot of the shock value for me to see Ospreay for the first time, a full match.
Joe's had sex before. This is the first time you had sex.
Yeah.
So it was the greatest thing you ever seen.
Ospreay, bust my nut. Ulcer spray time. Yeah.
Mike, I didn't say what kind. Chill out. So it is what it is. So you got overexcited because this was your first time. Joe's been down this road before.
But let me say this about Orange Cassidy though. I mean, the match against Pac 2 years ago, I think it was at Full Gear, whatever event it was. The match, that match against fucking Omega and Pac. This guy fucking delivers, dude. For all the fucking, all this guys that this carny shit, all this, dude. This guy fucking delivers on the biggest stage, dude. Every fucking time, dude.
His gimmick is carny shit, but when the best part about carny shit is when the person who's doing it is talented enough to make it work.
Absolutely.
See Baron Corbin. Yeah. The reason Corbin works in every fucking role he does is because he's good enough to make it work. That's the key. That's the key to gimmicks like this, is you have to be good enough to make it work. Orange Cassidy is that fucking dude. Yep. And people are really starting to wake up on it, Tony Khan included, because the past few days have been the AEW coming out party of Orange Cassidy, and I hope it leads to some sort of title sooner than later.
I'm going to go out on a further limb, and I will hit the hottest take of the night in my mind. The Andrade Will Ospreay predicted match would not have held a candle to this match.
I agree.
You're probably right.
Because I don't think Andrade and Will Ospreay's styles mesh because they're too similar.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
Here's the deal. It would have been every Will Ospreay match you've seen.
Yeah.
And same.
So for Ernest, he might have had a similar reaction because it was a fucking mind blow.
But seeing Ospreay for the first time, on Sunday, and now playing back Andrade matches, I agree with you. There's a lot of similarities there. Whereas Orange Cassidy, with all the other stuff he does on top of everything else, it's great. So yeah, main event, match of the night for me, like I said. So
Zack Sabre Jr. took on Daniel Bryan Danielson's mystery opponent, which turned out to be who everybody predicted it to be. This man hates traffic in Connecticut. We can confirm this based off of a conversation that we've had with him. The man, the myth, the legend, Claudio Castagnoli is back. No more Cesaro. Yeah.
I was telling Mike earlier, I want to meet this guy one day, dude. He's like such a fucking great dude. Great dude. Like you watch him interact with the crowd when we got to the ring. Fucking amazing, dude. He gets it. He fucking gets it. I'm so glad he's back.
We've had plenty of conversations with Mr. Castagnoli, including about Connecticut traffic, which he despises like the plague.
I love the match. I gave main event. I love the match.
The match, I'm going to put in mid card the debut of Claudio, absolutely main event. Just for the debut part, the pop. That's a fucking moment. The moment, event, the match, mid card. Yeah, I don't think I've seen Zack Sabre Jr. live, and I don't think and I get it. I mean, you made Claudio look like a fucking stud, which you should have. They got it right. Like, I feel like it was just he could have had that match with any dude. I get it was bigger deal because it was Sabre Jr., but
I truly like this is almost one of those where I want to put the moment as a main event, but I almost want to put this match as a pre-show match.
I get it. The match was not
the
great.
fact that he came out to the ring, like oh shit, he hit the fucking neutralizer in like
2 seconds,
7 seconds, and almost
That should have been it. I get maybe
I
you
kinda
can't
almost
work
like
that, you
that.
can't
If
negotiate
like,
that
if that
deal.
would have been the end, I'd have been like perfect.
Yeah, like if you would have been
If that would have been the end, it would have been my match of the
I agree.
night.
That should have been the end too.
You know what, too? The thing about this match is I love Zack Sabre. A great wrestler, absolutely. Great character in New Japan. Did nothing to put his character across here.
And I think that was because they truly waited too long to figure out if Brian was going to be healthy enough to go.
Because that's the thing. It's like
The only time he showed up was the Wednesday before the show.
Like you were just saying, Ernest, that you've never seen a Will Ospreay match, but seeing him here, you're getting the full Will Ospreay. So like you're enjoying it.
I'm in.
I don't feel like if this is the first time you ever saw Zack Sabre Jr., you did not get full Zack Sabre Jr. This match is not representative of everything that man usually delivers in the ring.
Well, that plus Claudio being there too took away, and plus Claudio being there took the any opportunity of me appreciating that Zack Sabre.
Well, it's not even the Claudio thing taking away from the appreciation. It's the fact that they waited so long to figure out if Brian was going to be able to go, that the only time had anything from Zack was him calling out Brian for the match, and then him being there the Wednesday night before the show, where you didn't really even hear him talk. It was just he came out while Brian was standing on the ring ropes doing his yes chant. Like, you didn't ever really get into the character that is Zack Sabre Jr. And that's one of those where that's a dropped ball. There for all of everybody involved.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Just to blame on AEW. I think that's just a straight ball drop.
Yeah.
Claudio moment, main event. Match with Zack Sabre Jr., I'm leaning towards pre-show because it literally, after he hit the neutralizer and didn't get the win, a friend of mine that was here that actually knows Claudio looked at me and go, wow, are they changing his finishing maneuver? Because that was his finishing maneuver in WWE. And then he wins like a powerbomb.
Yeah.
I was like,
That's
cool. So we're giving him another generic big guy finisher.
Before we go to the next match, can we talk about Claudio and the top picture going forward? I think we had talked about that last week a little bit, maybe. Or maybe on text. I'm not sure exactly.
We talked about it in text.
In text, right. So, Claudio being here now, he's all elite. Do you put him in the top picture immediately? Do you wait a little bit? I was saying that pop he got was fucking, that was almost like Adam Cole, fucking Bryan Danielson type of pop last year.
I will tell you right now, Phil from Chicago comes back at All Out in Chicago.
Hopefully.
That's the hope. He gets whoever the champion is, which we'll get to.
Moxley.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Spoilers.
We'll get there.
If you're listening to this, you know who's the champion.
No. I'm saying we'll get there because I think it's going to be somebody else by the time they get back to Chicago.
I don't.
Is what I'm
It's
saying.
the Mike Swerves here. It's coming up tonight.
Swerve.
Yeah.
Swerve. Okay, back to this here. I personally think that Claudio does need a title belt. I do not think it's going to be that title belt.
They have like 18 others to choose from, or they can make a new one.
Or we can go with where I was going here. He's the guy that defeats Jonathan Gresham and wins the Ring of Honor World Title. At
I like that.
How about this?
Yeah, that makes sense.
He has somebody in the swing, right? And all the champions in AEW are around him. Wherever he stops, he gets the title.
I like that.
Very Carnival.
Very Carnival.
Because here's the thing. I do not believe that Jonathan Gresham is signing with All Elite Wrestling. I believe Jonathan Gresham was an easier guy to be a part of Ring of Honor, with Bandito not really being a guy that's easy to work with from what I hear. Gresham makes sense. Gresham losing to Claudio, you put the Ring of Honor title on Claudio, then he can be on both shows and carry the title around and have the world title show up there and defend it against guys like Eddie Kingston and stuff like that, which I think will be a good feud for both of those guys eventually, because I think that's eventually going to happen. So AEW World Title right away? No. Ring of Honor World Title? I would put it on him in June or July at Death Before Dishonor.
Yeah, June is done in 3 minutes, buddy.
Yeah, whatever. Fuck off.
2 minutes.
All right. Co-main event of the evening, a fatal four-way for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. Something that does not happen in New Japan all that often. A fatal four-way for the IWGP title.
Really?
The champion, no. Dear God, no. The champion Jay White defended against Adam Cole Bay, the Hangman Adam Page, and Kazuchika Okada.
What do you think, Joe?
He's getting high.
What?
What do you think with this match?
Definitely a main event. I thought this match was great. The ending came out of nowhere, and that was kind of a surprise. I don't know if that was legit. I don't know if Adam Cole got hurt or
Cole's brain got dusted.
Yeah.
Huh?
Cole's brain got dusted.
Oh yeah. I mean, it was just.
And by dusted, I don't mean the stuff that's on Tony Khan's desk in the back. I mean, he got a concussion.
I will say this. As someone who's been watching Jay White wrestle for the entirety of his career, I'm impressed at where he's ended up, because 2 years ago, not more than 2 years ago at this point, like 3-4 years ago.
The Garden?
Yeah. When they put the IWGP title on him the first time, I remember thinking to myself, they're trying to make him the guy, and he's not the guy. And I wasn't sure that he ever could be the guy. This Jay White is the guy. 100% hands down. He is there. He is awesome. I'm a Jay White fan. I am sold. I'm curious if there's any follow-up with this match, if this goes anywhere. Let's see. I was a fan, though.
Jim?
I would put this on the lower end of it, but I would say main event. The unfortunate injury to Cole kind of made the ending funky. But I would still go main event.
High end mid card. High end because the ending. But it was definitely borderline main event. Borderline.
This is not your prototypical IWGP World Title match.
No, not at all.
I don't think I've ever seen anything more than a one-on-one match for the title, let alone a...
I was going to say, you said before that they don't normally defend in a four-way. I think this might be one of the first.
I don't even remember really a triple threat match either.
I think, when you usually got four-ways for, like, the junior heavyweight title match. Not
or the junior,
world title.
Or the junior tag titles, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say main event, but I'm going to reluctantly say main event because I truly, truly believe, and this is without the injury to said Adam Cole, and I like Adam Cole. I'm an Adam Cole fan. Adam Cole is not on the level of Jay White or Kazuchika Okada. He's not.
Yeah, that's obvious. I've been watching on Sunday. Yeah,
Adam Page can go with those guys. I think Adam Page, if he went to Japan and was part of the G1, would come back and be able to work that style very well and would be able to hang with all of those guys in the main event title picture in New Japan. I can't say the same for Adam Cole. And I'm not going to say that caused him to get the concussion. I'm not going to say that that's what caused everything to go sour in the match. But you can tell that he was outnumbered by the guys that were in that match.
It's because he's built like Tommy Pickles from Rugrats.
I'm not even going to say it. I'm not going to go
wow.
I truly believe that Adam Cole is a good professional wrestler. Adam Cole was in the ring with 3 great professional wrestlers. And it's stuck out like a sore thumb. And I like Adam Cole.
I love Adam Cole.
I'm an Adam Cole fan. That wasn't the match to put him in. And if it was truly, he was supposed to be in a match with Fish and O'Reilly, and because of the O'Reilly having the baby and Fish having the fake injury, And that's what decided to go this route instead of making it a triple threat match and just leaving it with Paige. I don't know. I'm not going to speculate on any of that stuff, but I've heard that rumor floating around. He just didn't look comfortable with those guys in the ring, and it showed.
Hot take. Adam Cole, much like Hulk Hogan, has been having the exact same match for the last 12 years. It's just that people think he's a better wrestler than Hulk Hogan because his match involves flips and super kicks.
I see what you're saying there. I can see a point.
All right.
I mean, I would also say it's better because Adam Cole can actually bump, and Hulk Hogan looks like he's shitting himself when he falls over.
Oh, so that's true. He does shit himself.
So, I mean...
He oversells. That motherfucker oversells for years.
Yeah, he hits the fucking leg drop and misses. And he's like, oh! It's like, just all right, main event time for the interim. And I'm going to say the interim AEW World Championship because that's how Justin Roberts announced it. Fuck that guy. Jon Moxley versus Hiroshi Tanahashi. I'll let you talk about it.
Did you not like this match?
Mid card.
The wrong guy won.
Mid card. The match was just the match. Should have flipped the two main event matches. Hopefully Cole doesn't get hurt. And here's the thing that probably bothered me more and made it almost, I wouldn't say almost borderline pre-show, but I feel it's even lower mid card, is the post match. You use the main event and the moment of crowning your new interim champion in your first main event of your first show with New Japan Pro Wrestling, and you treated it like an episode of Dynamite.
Yeah.
Your main event for your world title interim was a catalyst for a fucking gang wars lead into Blood and Guts, a match that should have already sold itself on Wednesday night.
But you know what? Here's the thing.
Everybody watching the show Sunday is watching your show Wednesday.
Yes.
No reason to do the Blood and Guts Jericho Appreciation Society bullshit run in to close Forbidden Door.
So I think that last week when we were previewing this, I made the joke that I saw online. Someone was like, "Oh, In Your House Forbidden Door." I think that this show is a lot more like an In Your House than we all kind of wanted to admit. It's just that it had 12 matches on the card, and you knew you'd get some really good in-ring action. Because, like, earlier, Mike, your criticism of some of the matches, like the opener and the tag title match were, well, we know who's going to win. I kind of feel like 3/4 of the card, like, other than maybe the Darby Allin Sting 6-man tag where, like, it didn't matter who wins, so you don't know who's going to win. Like, it's 50-50, could go either way because it literally doesn't matter. Every other match, Jay White wasn't losing the IWGP title on this show. And if he was, it was maybe to Okada. There was, like, no chance that Adam Cole or Hangman Page were winning the IWGP title. You know, we all kind of knew that chances were Jon Moxley was winning this main event, that there was very little chance that Tanahashi was winning. I feel like most of this show, maybe the North Atlantic title is another one where, like, that could have gone a number of different ways. But most of the matches, it was all pretty predictable. This really was just kind of an overblown Dynamite, just that you could charge $50 for it because it had people from New Japan and arguably a bunch of dream matches and stuff. But this really was just kind of overblown Dynamite. All that said, I will go main event on the main event because I actually did really like the match. I thought Tanahashi looked fantastic. I thought Moxley looked fantastic. I thought they were going to be more of a styles clash, and they weren't. I thought they worked really well together. So I'm all in on the match itself. But I think it says for the show overall kind of how predictable a lot of it was just from the word go.
I enjoyed the match, but I mean, I'll give it a high mid card. I enjoyed the match. I did, but I mean, when you look at the other matches on the card, like it becomes forgotten. Uh-oh.
Going mid card.
High mid card.
And I'm going towards the middle of the mid card.
Mm-hmm.
Match was good. Two guys worked their asses off. Not taking anything away from those guys. Wrong guy walked out of that match with the belt, though. I truly believe that they should have called an audible. I think that Tanahashi should have been the guy that went over. Because here's what I would have done. What's the one thing that AEW doesn't need right now?
Titles.
What he said, more titles. You have an opportunity now to use this time while your world champion is out to build up other titles. The new Mid-Atlantic, Mid-South Tennessee national champion. The Tuberculosis Express title that has changed colors with every champion. Tag titles with 7-star FTR. You could have Wheeler Yuta defend the Pure title, helping lead into your Ring of Honor pay-per-view that you're going to try to get people to probably pay $50 for. You could have a Jonathan Gresham sighting to maybe potentially lead into a match with somebody for the Ring of Honor world title. All things that could have worked. While also sending the interim AEW world title to Japan to be part of the biggest tournament in New Japan history, the G1 Climax. What's better than seeing your champion, interim or not, walking out, making your title a world title, because he's walking to the ring every night in Japan with the belt. Forbidden Door was a concept. This was your ability to kick the fucking door in. And instead, you decided to play it safe and go the route that you went with. Fine. I don't love it, and I don't think that Jon Moxley should be the champion. Just my personal opinion. Nothing against Jon. I like Jon.
Doesn't need it, to be honest with you.
He has bigger fish to fry with the Blackpool Combat Club than being world champion right now. Because if you think that the shit with the Jericho Appreciation Society is done because they had blood and guts, you're wrong. It'll be a thing that'll continue to happen because that's what Tony Khan does. You're now getting into a spot where what makes the most sense for what's the next move for Jon? And I don't think it's being the world champion. I talked to Joe about this on the way back to my house on Wednesday when I went to pick him up before we played SmackDown versus Raw, my GM mode. And I told him, I said, personally, I would have put Adam Cole in this match, and I would have had Adam Cole become the interim champion and had an Adam Cole versus Phil from Chicago match in Chicago, because here's the thing.
That there'd be super kicks.
There would be. Jon Moxley, unless he goes heel, is getting booed out of the building at All Out.
Yeah.
Why? Because he's taking on Phil from fucking Chicago. So why not put it on a villain? Why not make it easy to boo the person that you already want them to boo? Better yet, why not put the world title on the guy who lost the title to Phil? And now you have an Adam Page leading into the rematch that goes, I know what my mistake was. I know where I screwed up. It's not going to happen again. The same story that you pushed Adam Page with when he wrestled Kenny Omega and lost in the Eliminator Finals. And he got redemption. He got redemption against Chris Jericho. The redemption story is Adam Page's story. And I truly believe that that's what they should have done with the interim title, is let Adam Page have his shot at redemption. Because here's the thing. Adam Page has already wrestled Phil from Chicago once and got booed out the building.
One time.
Let him go back into Chicago. Let him play the villain role.
2 times.
Let him walk out of Chicago with the world title because Phil doesn't fucking need it. And let the heel Adam Page run begin. Because here's the thing. A heel Adam Page gives them a viable number one heel that they don't have anymore because Maxwell Jacob Friedman told him to fuck off.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's the guy who should have walked out as the interim champion on Sunday night. But he was sick and tired of Tony Khan's shit.
Can we talk about how the Blackpool Combat Club is low-key just AEW's The Avengers? Like, William Regal is totally just Nick Fury, Samuel L. Jackson, and he just put together the most random-ass collection of former WWE guys, and Wheeler Yuta. Wheeler Yuta, basically the Hawkeye of the group.
No, Wheeler Yuta is the Spider-Man of the group.
Oh,
they didn't want him at first, and then they were like, you know what? Fine, you can be our stupid little protege. Stay over there in the fucking corner, you asshole.
Because I feel like Daniel Bryan's kind of like Captain America.
Yep.
And Cesaro feels kind of like the Hulk.
I would say he is more of Hawkeye.
Okay.
He's like the sniper of the...
So who's Iron Man?
Moxley.
Yeah.
Because Moxley and Bryan are eventually going to have a match for the title.
Yeah.
Or a match for blow-off.
Yeah.
It's going to be Captain America versus Iron Man from Civil War.
Right.
This is literally the cocaine version of the Avengers. Personally, I don't think that Jon Moxley should walk into All Out as the world champion.
Who?
What's the best way to do this? Have the Jericho Appreciation Society rip the heart right out of the Blackpool Combat Club. Put the fucker right back on Jericho.
See that?
Let him win it and give me...
Please, for the love of God, give me CM Punk versus Chris Jericho in an AEW ring. Oh my God, please make it happen.
You know what's funny?
Because I want to watch these people justify why this is such a great fucking feud. And tell me why it's so great. Two fucking 40-year-olds. Jericho's 50.
52.
In his 50s.
A 40-something-year-old and a 52-year-old fucking fighting it out for the newest, greatest title in sports entertainment. Please give me that. Oh my God, wrestling gods, if you hear me, please give me Jericho versus fucking CM Punk at all.
He's really praying. His eyes are closed. Look at this shit.
Please.
Not 10 minutes ago, whenever I said I was going to swerve everyone.
Yeah.
Ernest looked at me and he goes, oh my God, I can't believe he's going to do this with his face. Jim looked at me and he goes, all right, where the fuck is this guy going?
Yeah.
Now Jim is like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's go that route.
Well, you know what's fun about it, too? They never move the world title around that much. Like, honestly, every champion gets a decent amount of time. The interim title just doesn't matter. It doesn't matter worth a shit.
It shouldn't even exist to begin with.
With the main title, like, no one's gonna remember the interim title reign or anything.
Well, Joe, it shouldn't
even
exist. First off, let's start there. We all agree to that. It shouldn't even exist.
Over here now, it exists. Well, let's have some fun with it.
Here's the thing: we can't go back and press the reset button.
Of course.
Tony Khan made the decision to not strip the title from CM Punk, where he could have stripped him and just said, "You're the first fucking challenger once you come back." Whatever.
Yeah, I mean,
literally, like, so you go on AEW's website, champions, CM Punk, Thunder Rosa, Young Bucks, Scorpio Sky, Jade Cargill. You have to scroll down to Jon Moxley in the roster, and it says interim AEW World Champion Jon Moxley, the Blackpool Combat Club. If you're not going to list him as a champion, then he's not a fucking champion.
Right.
No.
His graphic on the website doesn't even have a title in it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, look, like, if we're gonna...
It's stupid.
If this thing is gonna be what it is, then let's have some fucking fun with it. Let's get a new champion every 2 weeks.
Why not?
Jericho.
Give me Jericho.
All right, maybe not every 2 weeks, but I can see it.
Give me fucking Chris Jericho versus Punk at All Out, please.
Let's go.
Oh my God.
So
Bald Jericho versus receding in gray CM Punk. Oh my God, please.
I truly don't believe that it will be John Moxley versus Phil from Chicago.
I don't-
Oh, you
I don't-
think it'll be okay?
I truly don't. I don't know if it's Jericho. I don't know if it's another heel. I don't know if they get MJF to come back and win the title from him. I don't know. Here's the thing, though. You're going to boo whomever faces CM Punk in Chicago.
Yeah.
Just use it. If you know they're getting booed, use it to get over whomever it is. You want this guy to get booed, put the world title on him because you know you're having Phil win.
I think it's actually Chris Jericho is probably the biggest heel outside MJF.
Here, I'm going to go one better. I'm going to tell you, hole in the wall, random guy that I would put the world title on because A, you're going to get a good match out of him. B, it's going to make sense with what they're doing. And C, you know that he's a proven guy that's held a world title before.
Brian Danielson? Who?
It's Christian.
Oh.
Here's a good one.
Have Luchasaurus, heel Luchasaurus.
Yeah, what's up with that?
Oh, heel Luchasaurus is what's up with it.
Is that that's real? That happened?
Yeah, he came out in an all-black mask. I'm here for heel Luchasaurus.
Last night, right?
Luchasaurus, 5 stars, heel Luchasaurus. Have
Jungle Boy's hurt.
Yes, have heel Luchasaurus help Christian win the interim title. It doesn't have to be in the next 2 or 3 weeks. It could be a month from now. Who cares? Then Christian can defend that title against a returning Jungle Boy. So Jungle Boy gets a world title match to put him on a whole nother fucking level.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and by the way, Christian's an easy guy that could lose to Phil from Chicago when Jungle Boy comes out and either gets Luchasaurus to go back with him and put back Jungle Express, or he comes out and takes Luchasaurus out. Phil hits the GTS and we're done and over with. Christian and Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy go this way.
Yep.
Phil goes this way to whomever's next for Phil.
I mean, at this point, AEW has what the biggest heels right now? Top of the card heels. Obviously, MJF. Obviously.
No, he's not there. Don't
Right,
count.
right. So you go Jericho, Christian now, Adam Cole, and then that's it, really.
I mean,
Adam Cole's barely a heel, though.
Well, I'm saying.
Cole is the biggest tweener in the fucking world because everybody's chanting for him. And that's another reason why, because I actually said to Joe that I would have considered it being Adam Cole because Adam Cole versus Phil from Chicago would have made sense because Adam would have gotten the boos as it was. But he doesn't really get booed.
No.
Not even after the bell rings. Not after all the chicanery is done. He doesn't get booed. So it's just it's not there for me. I just think
it's weird though, because like he doesn't get booed, but you look at him as a heel. Like he's definitely a heel, but he gets the fucking
because of the
cool
things
point.
that he does.
Right.
Kicking people in the dick, fucking having Britt Baker come out and help him win matches, walking around with a pink title belt, all heel things.
I mean, Miro's a face now, pretty much. So
Yeah, unless you do something batshit crazy, and for those of you at home that don't know, here is your spoiler alert. Please turn off the show for the next 10 seconds, and then you can return after what I say next. If they put the fucking world title on Brody King, who won the fucking Rampage Battle Royal, that would make perfect fucking sense. Welcome back to the show, ladies and gentlemen, because that would be random as fuck, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Overall, great show though. Overall, in my opinion.
I will tell you this much, and this is coming from someone who was at Revolution. I would put it right there with Revolution.
Yeah, I thought it was their best paced show. Thank you to the adults in the room for keeping Tony.
Yes, thank you.
It was
All right.
so leaps and bounds better than fucking Double or Nothing that it made me almost want to go back to a movie theater for all out if I'm not out of town.
Factual. All right. This is my go now.
Can we skip one of the 2 topics that isn't Money in the Bank previews tonight?
That'll be Joe's then.
Yeah,
we're already at an hour 30.
Hour and a half now.
I'm fine with that.
Okay.
That's fine. So we'll do mine, then the Jim's cool topic, and then we'll next week. Okay. My topic, of course, is the Money in the Bank premium live event this Saturday night in Las Vegas.
Great.
6 matches here.
That's 4 too many.
Yeah, MGM Grand Garden Arena.
5 less than Forbidden Door.
And it'll be
Any chance to add one or 2 more? on SmackDown?
With who?
I don't think
I'm just
do,
asking.
dude. They haven't really done that like last minute ad thing. They don't do kickoff show matches anymore. I think this is your final card.
No, I'm hoping
I
it
think
is.
because the roster isn't as overblown anymore, so it's not like there's people that are glaringly missing.
I mean, unless you get a random Gunther IC title match because he's not in any of the matches, like, but you could throw that on a pre-show for 15 minutes before the show starts.
They don't
But,
do show matches anymore.
but I'm saying they may throw one out here. I don't know. We'll see.
No,
Is that an official thing now, Jim? They don't do pre-show matches anymore?
They haven't done pre-show matches for the last. They starting with WrestleMania. They haven't done pre-show matches.
All right. This is the first match for the U.S. Championship. It is Joe's boy. You already know, Theory versus Jim, Bobby Lashley.
Right. I gotta find it.
Bobby.
There we go. Thanks, Brock. I see you do this again at SummerSlam. So this match is gonna have shenanigans and tomfoolery. Give me Lashley by disqualification or some shit. But I see rematch at SummerSlam. Give me Lashley by DQ, rematch at SummerSlam, and there we go.
I can see that.
I'm gonna say the same thing I said on 3CT. I think
Bobby
wins the match, walks away as champion. I think. Despite what Cena said in his promo on Monday, I think we still get him back at SummerSlam, but I don't think it's for a title.
Interesting. All right.
Do you still have the Kofi Kingston soundbite?
Big meaty man slapping me.
No, that's Big E.
That's E.
Bob.
Walks out with the U.S. title.
All right. For the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championship, we have the Usos, Jimmy and Jay, versus the Street Profits of Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford. I mean, they put on good shows, put on good matches.
I'm gonna go completely fucking batshit crazy here. I'm gonna go straight left field. The Usos win, and Montez Ford turns on Angelo Dawkins and starts his fucking singles run.
My man, Mike. Dude, I said this on 3CT. Well, spoiler alert. I kind of alluded to it on the Tuesday pod. I said that as part of our discussion, I said I think we see this is where the split happened.
Are there clues there? I haven't seen the build up to this match. So.
I mean, Montez Ford is yoked up, ready for a singles run. I know that much. There really hasn't been.
Here's the thing: if he doesn't turn on him now, that turn happens at SummerSlam.
Okay.
Yeah. That's like, what I'm saying. They may win this match via chicanery, and okay, the rematch is at SummerSlam. There's maybe the cracks in the foundation, but truly, I believe that it's time for them to do it. It's time for Montez to have his run. And not saying that's anything wrong with Angelo Dawkins, because I still think Angelo Dawkins is a great big guy, moves around very good, but Montez Ford is fucking ready.
Yeah, and I think like they've not like teased a split, but like there's been points where you've seen Montez get like super serious. And it's like, okay, like this guy has the muscle to be a solo star.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know if this happens.
What Mike said is exactly how I feel about this match.
Right. Well, I have the Usos win the match. Usos win the match. I don't know if the extra stuff happens beyond that, but we'll see.
Yeah, Usos are winning for sure.
Right. All right. SmackDown Women's Championship on the line between Ronda Rousey versus Natalya. Interesting build, actually, this match.
So, hold on. Okay. So, I haven't watched SmackDown in a couple weeks because I work Fridays. How the fuck did Natty become number one contender for the title?
Couldn't even tell you.
All right, cool. Yeah. All right, cool. Just making sure.
Look, if it's just to lead to Natty and her sister putting more juggy pics on Twitter, I'm here for it all. Give me Natty to win the title. This Ronda run has been fucking awful.
Are you serious?
It's so fucking bad. It is.
I mean, I hope
bad. I hope you're right. Ronda and just hit the reset button.
I mean, I hope you're right. I love Natty just because.
I guess my bigger question here would this have been a Sasha Banks or a Naomi spot over Natty with a potential actual person beating Ronda Rousey?
Correct.
The rumors, yes.
Yeah, if not now, at least at SummerSlam.
Well, no, because remember the rumor was that one of them was supposed to face the women's champion on Raw,
Bianca.
and one of them was supposed to face the women's SmackDown women's champion.
Ronda.
And that's why they got pissed off and walked out, because they were just like, you sold us on becoming the tag champions. What do you mean now we're going to be fighting in singles matches for the titles just to put over the champions? Like, that was the whole basis of the walkout that night. Remember, they were in a match where the winner was getting a shot at the Raw Women's title. So, yeah, no, I think that... Because, look, there's no way Carmella... I know Carmella was plan C because Rhea Ripley was supposed to be in there. But I don't even think Rhea Ripley was the original plan necessarily. Like, I could definitely see...
I think that match was actually not supposed to take place at Money in the Bank. I think that was supposed to take place a month ago at whatever the Backlash.
Oh, God.
Hell in a Cell?
Or Hell in the Cell. Yeah, I think it was supposed to, those matches were supposed to take place at Hell in the Cell. But I agree with your point. You're now at options B and C for both titles. And here's the thing. I don't hate the fact that we're getting new people challenging for the titles.
Right.
If it makes sense.
Feels fresh. Yeah, it makes sense. Absolutely.
Here's the thing. The person that should be facing Ronda Rousey and the person that should be ending Ronda Rousey's title run is Raquel. But it's not.
Yes. Yes.
So the title reign does not end here. Ronda retains, potentially leading to her versus Raquel at SummerSlam, and I think that's when Ronda Rousey drops the belt.
Give me Ronda. I hope I'm wrong. I want to roll with Jim's prediction here, but I don't see any way to tell you what's the title.
I just don't see them putting a title on Natty right now.
I don't either. I'd love to see it just because it's something new, but
much rather, I think Raquel's the bigger moment than Natty because I think wrestling fans at this point know what Natty is. They love seeing her, but I don't think they take her seriously as a world champion.
Yeah,
I mean, the little of the build I've watched like on social media has been pretty cool though. I will say of this match. But
her painting her face to look like Ronda's really shitty fucking makeup.
Yeah, all the fucking Twitter back and forth and stuff. But the match probably was shit anyway, so put me Ronda anyway.
The match is probably going to be shit because Ronda Rousey isn't a good professional wrestler.
This is true.
Good MMA, good MMA fighter, great judokan, terrible professional wrestler.
Joe, did you pick Ronda also? No.
Duh.
Okay. All right, we have our first Money in the Bank match, Women's Championship.
Wait, hold on. We have our first women's. We first have our first
match contract. Sorry.
Hold on. No.
Sorry, my wife distracted me here with this damn fucking light. What are you doing?
We have our first Money in the Bank match for the Women's Championship, and Ernest just got murdered on our podcast. Awesome. Thanks for coming, guys.
Anyway,
next week, there's no video evidence of this.
He had some bass in his voice.
All right, we got Lacey Evans.
She's legitimately waiting for this show to be over to smack the fuck out of him with the lamp. The lamp.
Lacey Evans, Alexa Bliss, Liv Morgan, Raquel Gonzalez, Asuka, Shotzi, Blackheart, and Becky.
It's not Blackheart anymore.
I know.
Shotzi, and it's Raquel Rodriguez.
Raquel. That's Jim's boy. Jim's woman.
Hold on.
Hurry the fuck up, Mike. We got shit to do.
No, see, I'm not going to hurry the fuck up because you just called Raquel Gonzalez Jim's boy.
I mean, girl.
Joe's trying to cancel culture women's matches off of AEW shows. What is wrong with the two of you?
I'm sorry, I'm distracted.
Are you trying to get us canceled?
One Joe.
You guys are doing a great fucking job at it tonight. I just got to appreciate both of you for finding a way to turn Forbidden Door into what this podcast may become. A fucking Forbidden Door.
Forbidden Door.
Chances that Becky Lynch makes her way into this match.
She already is in the match. She won a fucking spot in it on Monday Night on Raw by winning a Battle Royal for the last spot in the match.
Oh.
Spoiler alert.
I'm going to pick... I mean, the obvious one's picking Becky. But I don't want to do that.
I'm going
Raquel.
I'm going hole in the wall. I'm going with Sexy Lexi.
Okay, I'm going with Quell.
Craig said
something
Oscar.
different.
Give me a little
That's
live.
not a bad one.
Yeah, I think it's a little live time.
Yeah, give me Liv Morgan.
I think it's a great spot for Liv Morgan.
Okay.
Oh, if it's Liv, I'm cool with it. I mean, Liv or
Gives
Lexi.
her
either.
something, and it almost guarantees, pretty much guarantees that she's going to be a champion.
Well, okay. If Liv wins, which title does she cash in on?
The
SmackDown.
women's tag titles.
Probably SmackDown.
You're so bad at this game.
Probably
Jeff.
SmackDown.
After Ronda loses, or after Ronda gets destroyed in a match and retains?
The latter, what you said there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
That makes the most sense. All right, here we go. We got the men's Money in the Bank ladder match for a World Championship match contract. It is Seth freaking Rollins versus Drew McIntyre, Sheamus, Omos, Sami Zayn, Riddle, and there is a to be determined.
So, is Omos taking the Big Show spot where he goes to step on a ladder rung and the ladder rung explodes?
Yeah.
So that's
Affirmative.
confirmed.
Who is the to be determined spot here?
First, let's try to figure out who TBA is. Joe.
It's gonna be Owens.
Joe says Kevin Owens. Jim, do you have anyone?
Ooh, I like Owens. No, give me Ezekiel, which means Owens will get involved in the match.
AJ Styles? AJ Styles? I mean, it's obviously not Orton. Obviously, he's not. AJ Styles. Fuck it.
I have two guesses.
Okay, what is it?
First one is the one that I pitched on last week's show. I would have Finn Balor be the to be announced to help Judgment Day get the contract personally. The other one, I mean, it's the best answer of all time. Why wouldn't it be Shane McMahon?
Ugh.
Really?
The best in the world. Shane McMahon.
My nipples are hard.
No, it's not going to be Shane McMahon. I just wanted to play the Shane McMahon soundbite. Yeah, no, I hope it's Finn. I hope Finn is the to be announced. If it is Finn, I want Finn to win so that my thought process of Finn Balor and Judgment Day walking out with the title would be epic. But I don't think it's going to be Finn. So my formal guess is going to be Seth Franklin Rollins.
All right. Then we have Ernest has to step away for a minute. Singles match for the Raw Women's title, Bianca Belair.
Nobody else guessed. We only guessed on who was to be announced.
Oh, that's right. So Joe, who do you have winning?
He walked away too.
Who's that guy?
Riddle?
Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah, I like Riddle too.
Fuck it has been declared.
I'd be fine with Rollins. I'd be fine with Riddle. I'd be fine with Sami Zayn.
I wouldn't hate if it was Drew.
Yeah, I guess it depends on how.
Just set up for the match at Clash.
Yeah, we kind of talked about that last week.
I wouldn't be opposed to that. Basically, anybody not named fucking Sheamus.
Sheamus or Omos?
Yeah, pretty much.
Any of the us's.
Honestly, this is the first true men's Money in the Bank briefcase match in some time where I've kind of been like, fuck it. I don't give a fuck who wins. I think it'd be entertaining either way.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. All right, then we got the Raw Women's title, Bianca Belair, defending against Carmella. EJ texted us. He said Bianca. Definitely Bianca, right? There's no way.
I have a better shot of winning a match on this show than Carmella does.
Right. Yeah, plain and simple. Although that bodysuit thing she was wearing on Raw was
muy caliente.
Good for her. Good for Corey Graves.
Better for Corey Graves.
Much better for Corey Graves. Much better for Corey Graves. Good for him. Yeah, that's it, right?
Yeah, it's Money in the Bank, boys. Saturday PLE.
Yeah, Saturday PLE. I'll probably be watching. I was debating because my hometown has like all their 4th of July stuff, and I'm like, well, first off, I don't think America deserves a birthday this year, for one, and number two, I think it's supposed to rain here, so can't really much watch fireworks in the fucking rain. So probably not going to do that. What before we go to the other topic, what grade? Let's pre-grade the show. Let's look into crystal ball.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a solid B plus. Depending, honestly, if the Money in the Bank matches deliver,
and if one of them cashes in, like it could be an A. It could be an A.
Yeah, B plus to A minus possibly. I can see her.
Max grade A, minimum grade D. Whatever happens.
I'll honestly, dude, like the way WWE premium live events usually
premium live events
live events
Lime.
have been delivering as of late. I'll go minimum grade C plus, maximum grade A.
Yeah. All right. Jim, your topic. Let's bring it home.
Okay. So just as we did a week ago with the overrated, underrated Roman Reigns edition, we're stealing this from the Straight Shoot on TikTok. And we're gonna do 4 wrestling fill in the blanks.
Hold on. I just read something on Twitter. I don't know if you guys have seen it. Sean Ross Sapp at 9:00 tonight posted something that said the Blackpool Combat Club is not putting together a trade package for Kevin Durant, I'm told. I now scrolled 2 comments later, and Tony Khan replied to Sean Ross Sapp with, "He hasn't bled with the right people, sources say." Somebody get this man some cocaine and get him off of goddamn Twitter.
Dude, like, first off, like, the tweet from Sapp is corny as fuck. And then Tony thought it was a good idea to reply. There's just so many levels of stupid there.
Somebody get this man off the fucking Twitter.
Good Lord. Like,
sorry, Jim, continue.
That's okay. All right, wrestling fill in the blanks. We'll start with blank needs a manager. Joe.
Ooh, that's an interesting one. I'm gonna say. So I know Almost has a manager, but I kind of feel like he needs a better manager. I'm not really feeling the MVP Almost act together.
Yeah, it's wish.com. What the hell was their group called?
Hurt Business.
Yeah, it's wish.com Hurt Business.
Yeah.
All right, I feel you. Big Mike, Big Mac.
See, I've gone back and forth on this one for a little while. When you sent us it, the first one that came to my mind was eventually would be Orange Cassidy, because he's gonna have to cut a promo eventually if he wins a world title.
Right.
I'm gonna stay though in WWE. And I like this guy for multiple reasons, and one of them is because he caved in fucking Ricochet's fucking brain. I'm gonna go Gunther. And Ludwig Kaiser role isn't the manager for him.
I was gonna say, isn't Ludwig Kaiser kind of his de facto manager?
I would much rather Ludwig Kaiser role fucking wrestle.
Okay.
And them actually get a true manager. That's just kind of there for me. And another one that kind of jumped out to me, and I don't know that, and I think that he would fit this guy's stable that's already in the process of being formed, which is L.A. Knight or whatever the fuck his name is.
Max Dupree.
Joe won't like this too much, but Max Dupree's first male model should be Austin Theory.
Okay, I kind of like that.
I can roll that.
EJ.
I don't love Austin Theory's promos. I think he's mediocre at best with the microphone.
He is.
His best thing is taking selfies, and that
Yeah.
doesn't do it for me.
Yeah, and that's only gonna last.
It'll get old. It'll get old at some point. Yeah. Mine's pretty much the
Blank
same.
needs a manager.
Mine's been the same person for the last pretty much 2-3 years, but I think it's around his course at this point now. Is Shayna Baszler.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But I
like
went
that.
out because she's been misused anyway since being on the main roster. Then maybe it's around his course. I felt like if she has like a Heyman type or something like that, would have been awesome.
Similar, Ronda Rousey. You know, and honest to God, the thing that I said that they shouldn't do when she made her debut at the Rumble 4 years ago now, whatever it was.
Yeah. 4 years ago.
I said, don't make her the female Brock Lesnar. At this point, just fucking do it. Just please. Anything could be better than what.
Well, you see, it's funny because I view Baszler that way. I viewed her that way when I first saw her in
Like,
NXT.
for both of them, and hell, fucking make it a tag team. They should be the fucking tag team champions. Quite frankly.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. Blank should be the next guest on the Broken Skull Sessions. EJ.
Ooh, Kevin Owens. I'd love to see Kevin Owens, hear his backstory, his time in the Indies and all that, coming to WWE, his family, because it means a lot to him. He's just an interesting dude, honestly. I feel like he has a lot to share.
I could not complain with that one. Big Mac.
I'm gonna go. So I like Triple H has already been on there, correct?
He was on Steve. He was on the Steve Austin podcast,
right, years ago.
That they used to air on the network. The one that Vince was on, the one that Brock was on.
Yeah, I just don't think that that's gonna be any different of an interview.
Right, it's basically the same thing. That was like the pilot episodes for
Yeah.
the sessions.
You know what? Fuck it. Give me The Rock.
Okay, I like that.
At some point.
I like that a lot.
I think him and Rocky going back and reminiscing about old things, especially the one last round. I think that would be a fun episode.
All right, Joe.
You know what? Jericho paved the way for you to be able to get some people that are outside WWE in here, AEW people. Give me Sting. Because that's someone who has never really sat down and done an interview about his career, period.
This is true.
He's not the guy that you get on podcasts. He's not the guy that, he's not
Jeff Jarrett.
He's not Jeff Jarrett, right? But he's got some stories to tell. There's no way that he doesn't. I mean, hell, I would love to hear more about even just the run that he had in 97 in WCW, where, the talk is that he wasn't in the best of shape. Like, he was dealing with a lot of personal demons and stuff, and that might be why the title reign didn't quite deliver. But there'd be so much. And honestly, like, especially in a setting like Broken Skull, I love the Broken Skull sessions. The Bully Ray episode was fantastic. If you haven't watched that yet. The Jeff Jarrett episode was fantastic. The Jericho episode.
They're all great, dude. They're all awesome.
All right. For me, give me good old JR.
Ooh.
Austin and JR sitting around shooting the shit about the business they love. Would love it. Some Broken Skull American lagers and some Moscow mules. I think that's a good episode. Okay. Blank will never win a world title, but deserves one. Joe.
Will never win the world title, but deserves one. Oh, man. That's rough, because fucking everyone wins the world title nowadays. Because I'm not convinced that they're actually going to get him all the way to that point, but I feel like he deserves it. I hate to say it, but Matt Riddle.
Ooh,
I feel like he's building into where he's got the ability to be like the next Kurt Angle of pro wrestling. But I think that they're going to be afraid to pull the trigger. I don't know what it is that's going to make them afraid. Like, short of Randy Orton's career actually being over and him retiring, and then Riddle getting the, like, Rey Mysterio post Eddie Guerrero's Death World title run, I don't know that I think they're actually going to give Riddle the chance, and I do think he deserves it.
Yeah, see, for me, I see him as a champion.
I hope so.
The next 12 to 18 months. Big Mac, Blank will never win a world title, but deserves one.
Okay. So we talked about him already on this show, because I don't see the Ring of Honor title being a world title. First name that I came up with was Claudio. I think he deserves it. I think his work on the indies, all the stuff that he's done in WWE, I think he should have had a push more than the one match that he had. The other one that resounding comes back to me, and I truly hope that I am wrong about this one, because of how good this person is on the microphone, and we talked about him a little bit, and that's Max. I don't know that if he goes to WWE that Vince puts a world title on him, especially in the land of giants that he's in right now. I think his best opportunity was to figure out a way to make the AEW world title work for him. But he's kind of sick and tired of dealing with fucking Tony's shit, so I get it. So that's one that I think. And the only other name that like truly pops into my head as someone who deserves a world title run but won't get a world title run, and it's more or less, I don't think he'll get it because of his size, but I think all the shit he does for WWE, he should get it, even if it's a small run. Give me a Xavier Woods world title run.
Okay. I like that. EJ.
Yeah, my answer, Claudio. I hope I'm wrong on the AEW side of things. But I had no think Tony Khan do the right thing either. So Claudio was my guy.
Big Mac, because in your rambling off 13 guys off of every wrestling roster in existence today, you hit mine on your last one, and that's Xavier Woods. I will swerve, and I will say a guy that I continue to say, give this man his flowers, is fucking Baron Corbin.
Yes, I like that one.
Corbin
give him any belt at this point, dude. Give him a belt.
Yeah, I mean, for the sake of the question, world title, because he's that good.
Right.
Get behind it.
And then lastly, we go Blank has not aged well with fans. EJ, I'll start with you.
Maybe it's just me because I'm a mainstream fan, but death matches, not for me. I thought I was younger. I didn't really necessarily care for it. Now, it's like, like Nick Gage is cool, whatever, but that kind of stuff's not really something I cater to anymore in my 40s. So death matches for me anyway.
I also don't cater to it because you have two kids under the age of like 12.
That's probably true too. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think that's a fair answer in the fact
I'm not
that,
saying
like,
it's not a fair answer.
Yeah, like, I mean, as you get older, like shit like that, probably you do age out of it for multiple reasons. So yeah, that's an interesting take that I didn't really see coming. All right, Big Mac, Blank hasn't aged well with fans.
I'm gonna do the hot take with this one, and that's okay. And I think it's because wrestling fans have evolved in the last 20 years. I'm gonna go on a limb, and I'm going to say Extreme Championship Wrestling.
Oh, okay.
It worked because it was the alternative, but the alternative had some really shitty wrestling at times.
Yeah.
Like, you take out RVD and Sabu and Shane Douglas, and you give me a show that's like your main event is like Taz versus the Sandman. You're like, hey, they're going to beat the shit out of each other with some Singapore canes, but they're not going to be able to fucking hit a single goddamn wrestling move for the entire fucking night.
Mm-hmm.
And their storylines were good, not great. A lot of the best parts of ECW shows were when the Dudley Boys came out, and you'd have Gertner cut his promos that would never fly in today's society because of the things that he said. And I think there's a lot of people that go back and watch those and go, "Oh my God, why did I laugh at that 20 years ago?"
Right.
So I truly believe that ECW aged like milk in today's society.
Yeah, I think you're
it's spot on that one. Actually, honestly,
on that one, Joe.
I feel like the concept of a 3-hour wrestling TV show every week. I feel like when that first became a thing, when it was like Nitro's going to 3 hours and you're going to have pay-per-view level matches every single week, it was exciting to us because we were coming from, you might get to see The Undertaker versus Berserker at the main event of Superstars. So it was novel. It was interesting. We've now been living with it for about, 22 years? And longer than that, like if you're really going back figuring like 97 Nitro is when that really first, like 98, it was 3 hours. So you're talking about like a 24 years now we've been living with this, and like God, what most of us wouldn't give for Raw to just be 2 hours again.
I truly don't give a fuck. It's 2 hours.
let me ask you this though. Let's say WWE, they do 3 hours Raw, of course, and that's the only show they do for the week. And they do pay-per-views seasonally. Do you think that works?
No.
Okay. Could you stomach that? In other words, is that still too much content for you to take?
I don't know. I don't think it's enough content for their roster.
Yeah.
I think their roster's too deep. I think if you cut half of that roster, go put Raw at 2 hours, and then do a 1 hour show on like a Thursday night to get the rest of the roster TV time and stuff like that, then maybe. But I think the reality of the situation is their roster is too deep to go down to one main card, as well as having one NXT show and then the pay-per-views. Because at the end of the day, I think just the obscene amount of people they have, they can't get them on 5 hours worth of TV time, let alone 3 hours of TV time.
No, I agree with you on that.
All right, mine. Mayor Glenn Jacobs.
You're correct on that.
Oh yeah.
Politics.
I tweeted out the other day that one of the more unfortunate parts of the internet wrestling community and wrestling Twitter is finding out wrestlers that you loved are pieces of shit.
Mm-hmm.
When Sean X-Pac Waltman is calling you out for being a piece of shit, you're a piece of shit. It has been wild to watch people like my age who are fans, independent wrestlers signed to major companies, ex-WWE superstars, and people like someone like Paige, who is a current but on her way out WWE superstar, all telling Mayor Isaac Yankem that he is a fucking piece of human garbage.
It's not that he's a Republican. It's that he's very vocal on issues that are very polarizing.
And he's a terrible person with the opinions that he is emoting out into the world.
Right.
Yeah. Like here's the deal. Mark from Texas,
Republican. We know this already.
Taker, Republican. He said on the, and there should be no surprise. Like people were losing their mind. I remember during when the last ride was out. Oh, he's got the 9. I'm like, he's a 57-year-old guy who's lived in Texas his whole life. Like we shouldn't be surprised that he's backing blue.
Mike, say what was that, Mike?
The wrestling community was a moron if they didn't think that he was one.
Right.
Dude, first off, the majority of wrestlers are Republicans, to be honest with you. I would assume.
Here's the thing. There's a difference between being a Republican
and being an asshole.
Douchebag Republican.
Right.
Mark from Texas, Republican. Mark from Texas will wear his t-shirt. Mark from Texas isn't sending tweets out, saying that we won by overturning things. Or saying we shouldn't do this because this is what happens. Mark from Texas is living Mark from Texas's life, the best of Mark from Texas and not being involved in shit.
That's
why Mayor Kane is a moron.
Right, but is it to be fair too? I'm not even defending Kane here, whatever. But he's also a politician now. He's an elected mayor, so it's almost that he has to talk.
You don't have to comment on everything.
Yeah.
There are some things that are better left unsaid.
Here's the deal. He's not up for re-election this year. Why the fuck is he like? And here's the deal. Even if he was, and he doesn't tweet about it, he's getting re-elected. He's from there. He's a famous wrestler, and Tennessee loves wrestling.
Yep.
He's not getting re-elected.
The way he's not getting re-elected is if the Democrats somehow get Jerry the King Lawler to fucking run against him.
Right.
I mean,
unless he's a Democrat, I don't know.
But the point is
Glenn Jacobs is not going to lose an election by keeping his fucking cock holster shut.
Yeah.
There's just some things, put out a tweet that says, as the mayor of Knox County, I'm happy with what happened. We're working on a plan to, make things better for everyone. Send.
Don't say anything. Just don't say anything, as Jim said.
Don't tweet out what you tweeted and then try to defend your take whenever people are raking you over the coals for it.
Right.
Like, send one bad tweet and deal with your notifications blowing up. Don't respond to those tweets. And I'm pretty sure I saw him responding to some of them.
Oh, yeah.
That's bad enough, bud. You've already sent the bad one. Stop making it worse.
You know what's sad, though, with all this, too, especially as Jim says this? Like, you watch Glenn Jacobs behind the scenes the last 10, 15, 20 years. Seems like a real great guy. Seems like a real cool guy. Nice guy. But damn.
Here's the thing. And I guess this is how I tend to explain this to people. I don't know a lot of people's political stance. You want to know why? Because I don't want to know your political stance. Because if I like you as a human being, I don't want your decisions on who you vote for to dictate my feelings towards you.
True. Well, I mean, I won't lie.
Your friend, whether you vote red, green, yellow,
right.
Fucking ampersand. I don't give a fuck. Because you as a human being are who I want to be friends with, not your political party.
Right. I won't lie. Like, I out of sheer curiosity, I wouldn't want to know. I wouldn't want to know, obviously. A lot of them don't say it, but you kind of know. Like, Shawn Michaels doesn't say it, but you know he's Republican. You know what I'm saying? So.
Sure, but again, I don't need to know people that I want to be friends with political parties. You want to know why? Because if they're my friend and they feel that something was done to better it, that's their opinion. And guess what? I have my opinions on it, but I'm not going to sit here and make people pick and choose to be my friend because I voiced my opinion on it. I'd rather sit there and let the world fucking figure out. And if people want to send stupid ass fucking tweets, guess what? Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. So I have always said.
Well, all I know is that Jim is MAGA. That's all I know.
Oh, go fuck yourself.
Again, truth be told, red, blue, green, yellow don't fucking matter to me. Because at the end of the day.
Oh, red or blue doesn't matter, but MAGA.
The three people that triggered Jim Neese, fucking Donald Trump, Clay Travis. And Justin Roberts.
Well, Justin Roberts doesn't trigger me. Justin Roberts just sucks at what he does, and I will remind the wrestling community of that each and every week.
Honorable mention, Max Caster. Listen,
like I said, man, I'm just too white.
Clearly.
No, yeah. Again, and we can move on to Wrestler of the Week after this. You want to send out a tweet, deal with the ramifications.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
you're gonna lose friends over it. That's why. And I said this to Ernest privately in a private chat. I shared a friend of ours post about what happened, and I truthfully said that while their comment makes sense from a political standpoint, just in the political aspect. Sometimes posting about it is too much. Sometimes not posting about it is the way to go. right, wrong, or indifferent. Whether the tweet is or message is 100% factual and only factual based, fucked up shit happened. Maybe we shouldn't post about it. There was a reason why, after we found out what Chris Benoit did, nobody fucking sent out a tweet about how great of a professional fucking wrestler Chris Benoit was. Because Chris Benoit, the human being, was a fucking scumbag.
Yep.
So maybe we should take that mindset when it comes to fucking political things. Just because you're happy that your political party won some fucking vote that may change the ramifications of the world for fucking everybody that may not agree with it, guess what? Don't tweet about it. You want to know why? Because there's people upset about it. The same way there was people upset when Chris Benoit killed his fucking family, and everyone was smart enough to not fucking post about how great of a fucking wrestler Benoit was.
Factual. All right. On that
Be
note,
smart, people. Use your fucking brains.
especially you, Glenn Jacobs.
Welcome to
All
my
right.
TikTok.
And on that note, wrestlers of the week nominees. Who goes first this week?
Joe has the first pick. This is the last for the month of June. I will send you all the final list tomorrow morning, so you guys can get me your votes again for the top 25 for the month of June. Joseph, you have the first selection.
FTR, let's do this.
7-star
Ooh.
FTR.
Love it.
Jim,
Love it.
Give me Pac.
Oh my God! You took my pick. Damn it.
really, there was only 76 hours of rest.
I know.
Yeah.
I wanted.
Toolbox.
Give me Ocean Spray.
All right. I will take the Switchblade Jay White.
Like that.
You go.
Yep.
John Moxley.
Ugh.
Give me Claudio.
No, do you?
I'll take Thunder Rosa. Fuck it.
Why? The match was awful.
Yeah, that was good. I like the match. I told you.
Ugh. Hold on, I gotta go back to my list now. I think we've bled through most of my picks this week. Nope, that was the other list. You know what? Fuck it. She won the XPW women's title and now holds like 7,000 women's titles. Give me Taya Valkyrie. And last but certainly not least, Joe with the last pick of the week.
Oh, I got one more.
Mm-hmm.
Give me Matt Riddle for winning that Battle Royal thing.
All right. That's the nominees for this week. Again, I will get you guys the list either today or tomorrow, or tonight or tomorrow or Saturday, whatever. We'll figure it out. I'm off Saturday, so I could probably put some work into it on Saturday. I'll send it to you guys in the group chat. Again, votes for the top 25 for the month of June. We'll release the list tomorrow. Or next week. We'll adjust everything on next week's show for the wrestlers of the year. Again, currently through the month of May, our first place in the wrestlers of the year standings is Adam Page with 74 points. Sammy Guevara second, Brock Lesnar third, Cody Rhodes fourth, and Carmelo Hayes rounding out 5.
All right. Any final thoughts, guys? We go.
Like, subscribe, do all that cool shit. Enjoy the brackets that start next week. As always, Jim, thanks for fucking dealing with Ernest because, can't do it with this guy all the time. Final thought, and then I'll be done, and you guys do whatever. Everybody loves someone. I don't give a fuck what their political stance is. If you got a friend in need, you got a friend that's upset about something, listen to him, love him. Appreciate y'all.
All right, Jim, any last words?
No, 3CT. You know where to find us: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, 3countthursday.com. Subscribe, YouTube, podcast, all of that. Huddle Up Podcast, new logo launches. It might have already happened by the time this show gets uploaded. But July the 1st, 8 p.m. Eastern time. So if you haven't seen that, go to Facebook and Twitter. And subscribe because we'll have some more content coming here soon.
Next 2 weeks, yeah.
And with football season coming up, we'll be back in live each and every week. Discussions with the Nobody, new discussion will drop.
That's right.
Tuesday.
Didn't Kyle correct me on that actually?
Yeah, because they're not episodes.
Yeah, I like it. I like the format. Joe, is Joe on it?
He's over here.
Joe, last words?
Joe doesn't want to talk.
Okay. And of course, Take Number 3 Wrestling on Twitter.
When the door opens, so they know you're still here.
Take 3 Wrestling as well on any podcast catcher. Also, Earn Speaker Podcast on any podcast catcher. Each versus 7 on Twitter. Mike, Joe, Jim, great show as always. And I guess until next week's show. Can't wait for the bracket to begin.
Top guys.
Top guys is right. Best tag team in the fucking world.